Matthew, and the high priest answered and said to him, I adjure you by the living God, that you tell us whether you be the Christ, the Son of God. And Jesus says to him, you have said. So Jesus does respond. Mark says, again the high priest asked him and said to him, are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed? In Mark, it's just that he asked again, but I will definitely include from Matthew, I adjure you, because scholars believe that was the reason why Jesus now answered. Was the high priest answering, or is he asking again? I think I'm going to put asked and said from Mark, because this makes no sense. He's not answering Jesus' silence. You answer a statement. Yeah, I'm just going to go with asked and said, then adjure. And the high priest. Again, the high priest. So I'll put again from Mark. I'm not going to say judged and said to him, asked him and said to him, and said to him is both. Now, Matthew, I adjure you by the living God, that you tell us whether you be the Christ. Not just are you the Christ. All Matthew. I adjure you by the living God that you tell us instead of having whether you be the Christ. I think I might just stop here. That you tell us, comma, then from Mark, are you the Christ? That way he's stating again the question. I adjure you by the living God that you tell us, are you the Christ? Both you, the Christ, the Son of God, Mark has the Son of the Blessed. I mentioned this earlier, the Blessed is just an honorary title given to God. But I know that I'm going to have the response added here from Luke later on in the day, are you the Christ? And then after that, are you then the Son of God? I'm going to have that statement here from Luke moved over. So because they will restate, are you then the Son of God? I will use the Son of the Blessed here. Just because they're being traditional at first. Then he says yes, and they're all shocked because he's finally answering them. Then they double down and get him to say it in the most plain language possible. Not honorary, not traditional, just are you the Son of God? He already did say it, but just to make him say it again more clearly, I'll have the Son of God then. So I'll use Son of the Blessed now. Are you the Christ? The Son of is both. And just mark the Blessed. I've thought of something better than that. Matthew and Mark only have one question asked now. Christ, the Son of the Blessed. They do have two questions put into that one. But it's still only one statement they're making to him. And in both of these, Jesus only responds once. He says yes, and then says that the prophecy from Daniel will be fulfilled in him. And that is when the high priest rends his clothes, his garments. I do still think that because these questions are separated in Luke, are you the Christ, and then later, are you then the Son of God, that they are still asked at two different times. I just think that this statement at the end, are you then the Son of God, should be moved to Matthew and Mark and kept as only the one question, instead of being moved and being the follow-up to the question from Matthew and Mark. Perhaps the reason why Luke has these two questions organized in exactly this manner is because this time in the morning, when the second council happens, is when they ask Jesus, are you the Christ? Because they want him to admit that he is the king and worthy to be put to death by Rome. But Luke doesn't want to leave out seated at the right hand of power as a statement that he is prophesied in Daniel, so he includes all this together at one place. I originally had 69 combined with Matthew and Mark, and then used 70 as a follow-up question before the high priest rent his garment. But instead, I think it makes most sense to have Matthew and Mark's version. Are you the Christ, the Son of God, or Son of the Blessed, combined with Luke? So I'm going to take this second question, which is pretty much the same question they're asking first in Matthew and Mark, and put it together with Matthew and Mark. Again, the high priest asked him and said to him. Luke starts, then said they all, but instead of them all, I'm just going to have it fit with Matthew and Mark. It's just the high priest asking this question. So I can combine said here. I'll keep Matthew's version. I adjure you by the living God that you tell us, are you the Christ, the Son of God? Luke has, are you, so I can combine those two. R is Mark and Luke, you is now all three. I'm going to leave the Christ from the earlier question in Luke to be later on in the morning, because that's the important change in their tactic. They're now not caring so much about him saying he is the Son of God. It's just, are you the Christ? Are you the Messiah, the King? So this, the Christ, is going to be left as it is from Matthew and Mark. The Son of God is in Luke. So the Son of is all three. And because now I have a double witness between Matthew and Luke, the Son of God, there's no reason at all to have the blessed from Mark. The blessed is just a title for God, so I'm going to have God from Matthew and Luke instead of the blessed from Mark. So now it all reads, again the high priest asked him and said to him, I adjure you by the living God that you tell us, are you the Christ, the Son of God?